You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what you think about this. So, as we know, the other day, the LA Dodgers hosted Pride Night. That also included the arrival and celebration, brave, stunning, and courageous as it was, celebration of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, a anti-religious, anti-Christian, anti-Catholic group. And, of course, that absolutely became a massive story in Major League Baseball, really over the last 2 weeks. A lot of these teams jumped in. In fact, every team in the league celebrated Pride in some way, having a Pride Night, except the Texas Rangers. I did that video yesterday. They refused to back down. They refused to give in. They understood their demographics, who pays their bills, who watches their games, being in Texas, and was like, nah, probably not a good idea unless we want to end up like Bud Light, Cracker Barrel, or Target, or the LA Dodgers. And judging by the amount of people that actually attended the game, yeah, the Dodger fans wasn't really involved either. Now, a lot of people stepped up and was like, oh, but a bunch of tickets were sold. That's great. That damn stadium was empty. All right? No matter how mainstream media tries to spin it, the damn stadium was empty. And when they got introduced, they were booed by the 12 people that were in attendance. Well, the meltdown, the disaster for the LA Dodgers continues, because you have to wonder. Now, we found out during the start of this whole process, when the Dodgers invited the sisters and then disinvited and then reinvited, we found out that players like Clayton Kershaw, who is a guy that has his religious beliefs, of course, he went out there, tried to organize a Christian night that they're going to have. I mean, I think that is just trying to play both sides of the coin, and I hate that. But the fact is, baseball has got a lot of Christians playing the sport in the league. So what happens when you do something like this, if you're a Major League Baseball team, you fracture your locker room. Yikes. That's right. You break the locker room. You demoralize. And after the Dodgers hosted the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence the other day, it has turned into a nightmare on the playing field for the LA Dodgers. And I do mean a historic meltdown of epic proportions for this baseball team. So let's get to this. This is crazy because they suffered one of the worst weekends in the history of Dodgers baseball, and they suffered their worst loss over the weekend in 125 years. Look, locker rooms, chemistry in a locker room, it is absolutely an important component of being a winning team in sports, right? I mean, having the right mindset, thinking about the game as opposed to all these collateral and ancillary things that are going on around you. And let's be real, this had to have caused the actual Dodgers players a lot of grief, a lot of bullshit. They had to put up with all this, all because their team and their ownership wants to be woke and wants to virtue signal. Sure, destroy the team chemistry over it. Great work. Great job. Wow. Unbelievable. The weekend began as awfully as it ended for the Dodgers. On Friday, the team bestowed the, quote, Community Heroes Award on the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. This is Breitbart, as you can see. A group of drag queens who routinely mock Catholic faith by performing grotesque acts while using religious imagery, garb, and symbolism. Yikes. Fans barely outnumbered cameramen and security guard as the Dodgers honored the sisters in front of what appeared to be 50 people. There's the crowd right there. You can see basically nobody there. 2 Dodgers fans nearby loudly booing after they're announced. I mean, my God, I'd have been ashamed to even have showed up, truly. Meanwhile, outside the stadium, thousands of pro-Catholic demonstrators protested and at one point even blocked one of the main entrances of the stadium. It was good to see somebody pro-religious show up, and I swear to God, there were more people outside than inside. I mean, as bad as things were for the Dodgers before the game started, they didn't get any better once they started playing. The Dodgers dropped their Pride Night game to their hated rival, the San Francisco Giants, 7-5. Oh, but then it got way worse. Unbelievably worse. Historically worse. On Saturday, the Dodgers were absolutely hammered by the Giants 15-0 in the worst home loss since William McKinley administration. That is crazy. This is from ESPN Stats. At 15-0, the Dodgers suffered the largest home shutout loss in 125 years. On September 20th, 1898, the Pirates won 15-0 at Washington Park against the Brooklyn Dodgers. Those two games make up the largest home shutout losses in Dodgers franchise history. Wow. The biggest loss in 125 years the next day. And on Sunday, the Giants completed the sweep and took their first series from the Dodgers in L.A. since July of 2021 with a 7-3 victory. So to recap, the Dodgers alienated thousands of their loyal fans, virtually every national and California-based Catholic diocese and political organization, and angered millions of Christians of every denomination nationwide. Not to mention, offending God. Then the Dodgers suffered their worst loss in 125 years while getting swept in a 3-game series at home by their arch rival for only the 6th time since both teams moved to California in 1958. I'm sure the Dodgers' decision to honor the group known for making grotesque mockery of Catholicism had nothing to do with any of that. I believe it's very likely that it did have something to do with it. If you think what goes on in locker rooms, off the field, around a team, how many times have we seen baseball teams or our football teams or basketball teams that were not the best teams in a series end up winning a series over what? Things like rapport, things like chemistry, hustle, all of these things, and there's no way in hell you can't tell me that hosting this vile group did not do something to the mindset of this LA Dodgers baseball team. I mean, totally forgot there's a sport being played on the field. They're not thinking about balls and strikes. They're thinking about dudes dressed up in drag as nuns with faces painted on a baseball field. Say that out loud. That happened. Nuns on a baseball field, dressed up in drag, faces painted on LGBTQ Pride Night. Now go back 20 years and say that out loud. Think about how much crazy is involved and just pure chaos is involved with that one statement, that one umbrella. Unbelievable, truly. Wow. Look, you've got to wonder, is this going to tank the Dodgers season? Could it be something that if they come out the other side in a few days, rallies the Dodgers around each other as teammates? In a major league kind of let's just win the whole effing thing situation? I don't know. We will see. But this is certainly not a good sign. You get swept by your rival and include a historic destruction of your team on the field. 15-0. Yikes. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.